Thank you for visiting photosbylesley.co.uk. I'm Lesley, and these are my top tips for outdoor event photography. They're based on my many years of photography at outdoor events, based on my experience, and I'd like to share them with you. I hope you enjoy watching, and if you've any questions, visit my website to contact me. Thank you. It is important to take time to find a good location before setting up camp with your tripod. Look around for a position which has a good view that is clear of obstructions such as buildings, trees, lampposts, telegraph wires. People can also cause an obstruction, so a position that is not crowded is a bonus. If you cannot avoid people, consider whether you are behind or in front of the crowd. Are you looking over their heads? In this case, could somebody move into your line of view at that critical moment? If you are in front of the crowd, are you likely to be an obstruction to others? Can you move away quickly if the action moves? From a security point of view, can you put your gear down by your feet if need be and feel confident that it won't be stolen while you are taking your shots? It is good practice to never place anything down on the ground at an event, but instead to take a good bag with all your items in and a friend to help carry them if need be. In this example, Paddy McGuinness was wrestling at Ambleside Sports in 2009. To get this photograph, I used a 75 to 300mm zoom lens and tripod and positioned myself on a hill away from the crowd. I was able to avoid the crowd and zoom in on the action, and also keep out of the way of others' views. Choose a lens and stick with it. It is not always practical to keep changing lenses at outdoor events due to the crowds, having nowhere to put your bag when swapping lenses and windy days blowing dust into the camera. Believe me. Instead, it is a good idea to decide on the type of shots that you want to take: wide angle, landscape, zoom, close-up. To choose your lens and then keep to that type of shot for a while. This enables you to use similar settings on the camera and allows you to look for lots and lots of shots on the same theme. After a while, when the action or light changes, you might then change your lens and look for different types of images. It is a good idea to select the kinds of photos you want to take according to an event schedule. These are often on sale for a small fee at outdoor events. If an event is busy, you can walk around it a few times, collecting different types of photograph each time. Knowing your camera. There is nothing worse than learning to use your camera at an event when every piece of action could be a good photo opportunity. This is not the best way of getting good shots. It is wise to practice using your camera before you set out to an event. Have an idea of the settings that you need to get good shots at different focal lengths beforehand. At the event, it is a good idea to take trial shots in situ. Are your settings correct for the type of shot you are going to take? Check the histogram or image in the viewfinder and adjust your settings before you take the shots you really want. I took this photograph of a red tractor wheel using my 18-55 lens on its widest setting while walking around the Kemble Steam Rally on the late afternoon. I saw it while shooting tractors towards the end of the day, when most people were watching other events. I had already taken many tractor shots, so this was an unexpected find, with its colour and pattern being a major focus. And because I'd been practising using those particular settings, I was much more able to take the shot that I wanted to take. Practice makes perfect. Shooting moving subjects. Now that's a phrase and a half. To capture a moving subject accurately, it is sensible to focus on the space where the subject will appear and then press the shutter button just before it comes into view. This helps you to avoid photographing the rear of the subject. You might also choose to follow the subject with your camera and shoot when it is in the desired position. A tripod is best for this to ensure that your shot is level. In this photograph of the champion horse rider Andrew Nicholson at the 2007 Festival of British Eventing at Gatcombe Park, it took a while to get right. I'd been shooting horses jumping over this jump for ages and kept shooting just as the riders jumped over the wall. I was lucky to get this photograph. so sharp, and to catch the front of the horse, as many of my photographs just missed and caught the rear of both horse and rider. Shooting still subjects. When shooting still subjects, look for symmetry and pattern, colour, balance, deliberate imbalance, shape and form, the unusual in a familiar setting, the familiar in an unfamiliar setting. If possible, again try to avoid places that are crowded. People can make you rush your shots unintentionally, of course, cause reflections and shadows, or simply be a general obstruction. If the light is poor, use a tripod, adjusting settings to avoid using the flash, which again can cause unwanted reflections. Colours might change. You might use an 18 to 55mm lens and take shots on the widest setting, filling the frame to get abstract patterns and colours. You may choose to shoot both close-ups and wide-angle shots of the same subject in portrait and landscape styles, using different exposure settings to extend your chance of a unique photograph. This image of a combine harvester's rotary mechanism caught my eye towards the end of the day at Kemble Steam Rally again. The light was dulling and didn't detract from the rusty metal. I liked the shapes that the harvester made and thought that the 3 spokes painted white caught the attention well. Thank you for watching the top tips for outdoor event photography. I hope you've enjoyed it and found it useful. It's one of my very first pieces of work, and I hope to be able to provide you with more ideas and suggestions for photography in the future. If you have any questions, or if you'd just like to get in touch, then please do so using the information at the end of the video. You can find me at Photos by Lesley, www.photosbyleslie.co.uk.